need your say bonsu. Make us say a idea yenya two of our nation's renowned pollsters studio Professor Smart Sapon a researcher or a senior lecturer Kumasi Technical University. Wabekansa studio sound so and Musah Dankwah executive director at the Global Info Analytics on also Wabekayensa studio Yenuwan ebedi enkom. I told you say a post-mortem of the NPP's presidential primary, and Omomienu I very, very busy over the past 3 days, moving from joining one panel after the other, and it tells you say about elections say omakwa go to people ekoji information the ifri wonho Prof Smart Sapon akwaba na pom te saying
ejana dom obi
bibia ye boko
nyameti ase ye ho ye pa me gidi se onso ho ye
nyame adom ye ho ye pa Musah Dankwah apom te saying
nyame adom
bibia koye for the past 3 days there wabre yankasa and I mean who itinerary I will share on the page and I'm say hey in one day from 7 a.m. to 7:30 we were stationed away 7:30 to this time Charlie, but it's all good. My idea you've done well, at least much shaping political discourse and analysis on elections and all of that. I'll start with you, Musah. Na yahwe mini would in come over on Tuesday. We went through polling reporter what the eba, you know. Now the elections are happening. The biggest surprise in the election for Wona Eden,
I think is Brian winning voter region.
Brian winning voter region.
Yes.
Because I remember so Oman 3% in voter region, right?
I can't remember exactly.
Okay.
But there were about 32% not disclosing.
Not disclosed. Or voter.
Or voter region. And those numbers were quite significant. But in terms of the overall result, we saw it coming. There was some collapse in candidates' poll numbers towards that week.
The last 2 weeks, yes.
And I think that collapse continued beyond our polling period, and that we didn't have visibility of.
Okay.
So actually, what happened was that Kennedy performed worse than our worst case scenario for him, and Brian performed better than best case scenario for him. But Bawumia was on point.
Bawumia the end day.
Yes, was on point.
Everything, nothing surprised you with Bawumia the end.
No.
But on Brian and Waka, yes, I mean all of us were surprised. But I don't know, may share Saturday, may share regional results, no. Me who Volta region, me who said Brian, and I was like, wow. This is like an upset of a sort of Volta region. Nobody expected that to happen. You know, and Utimi Ewine. But really, after looking at the numbers across the country, what was different about Brian? The dynamic Brian Timinya numbers are
he offered a
breath of fresh air for the
delegates. And who shared the two candidates now? What Ken was bragging on, Ken could do the same.
Brian could do the same. That is money. That is
grassroots.
Yeah, entrepreneurship.
But Brian onye metes also.
Okay.
So somebody who is kind of Brian too is there, but Brian is a refined version of Ken. And then Ken didn't have the age advantage, and Brian had age advantage. So it made it easier for the delegates. And especially when you are collapsing in the polls, it was much easier for them to say
Yankwaha. I saw a video of Brian thanking delegates in Ewe, not Oka Ewe.
I never knew who spoke Ewe.
Would that have played a role in voter region?
Absolutely. You see, when you go to people and you speak their language, that's the first barrier of breaking. They see you as one of their own.
One of them.
I'm a Muslim. But when I go to places and I speak the language, that's it. And beside the house, I speak other languages. They find it so, so they treat you differently. So language is a very important skill that we should learn. And that language broke for Brian in voter region.
Because Brian won, Bawumia came second, Ken winning 2023 and about third. that cannot be explained, can it? Because minim how you could have predicted that happening in the Volta region.
No, I mean it's difficult unless the signs were there.
Yeah.
But the signs weren't there, so it was something that happened the last minute in a very massive way, and with about 32% undisclosed, it's quite significant.
Anything possible.
It's quite significant.
Yeah, Prof. Minim the Brian factor inside elections, and then officer Juma a man because the numbers he got, I mean, for some. Because I'm sure even the northern region votes, he got some significant numbers in the northern region. Then a year, Juma man.
Well, Sanya Minya Musah di kan them say offer a very refined alternative. Inti where bia now feel say unkoto abama Dr. Bawumia no. Now a choice between Kennedy and Brian Deere. When the collapse started coming, and me. One thing I mean who in my data for me in America, I kept saying, say, you see, stick to the issues. Once you stick to the issues, you can allow yourself to be steadied.
Yes.
Now, why then the delegates, some of them begins to know what the step come nothing go for baby. Then it will definitely inure to the benefit of Brian for those who do not want to go to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Edu baby in there now. And me say I observed something after obey live coverage. Will be a liar. Will be a liar.
Sure.
Now I started negating against. Now negating against seriously. And no data no by now clearly Brian benefited from Ken. From Ken. Obeti me enya be free Dr. Bawumia but the major benefit and kasadi onye free Ken. Ebi ni Volta region ya okay.
Yes.
Full free first. Ebe that third. Then the why na and no share the other areas now see a balance between Brian and Ken. Even though the numbers are suggesting say Ken was second, the impact
and the effect
no. Only Ken at the end of the day he won one region, Ken won one region. Yeah. At the end of the day he placed second in 7 regions, Ken placed second in 7 regions.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are 7 regions. Brian was second in OT, second in Savannah, second in Upper West, second in Upper East, second in Bono East, second in Northern, second in Eastern.
Oh.
Then Penny Kennedy, second in Greater Accra, second in Ashanti, second in Western, second in Western North, second in Ahafo, second in Bono, second in Northeast. Ain't you know, among for her numbers, no, and steady impact in this one. You would realize, in terms of impact,
the biggest gainer in this election, apart from Bawumia, Brian Echampo.
Ebanesa na ama aboton kakra. Enti send na wutufu na ebi musu wutufu. I think say the group that needs to be managed pa Kennedy group.
In the group. No.
As for Brian's group, yes, they didn't win, but of course,
but they are excited.
To start with, they didn't come into the game to win. That is from where we sit.
Yeah.
No data suggested said they could win. At least for the 3rd place, they kept it constant. But I mean, Omuno the biggest beneficiaries of
from this election,
from what has happened.
Very well, very well. Musah, messing about Hobio now. I'm share Kenya Japan results. Now you say in 2023, we need 2 regions. Central region, massively, you would say. Greater Accra. No, he didn't win. He won Volta. Volta was not gap. No, Greater Accra this year. Many of the campaign team members didn't come on. They were very confident about winning Greater Accra. But almost 2023, na gap near about 2,000. Bawumia 19,000, Nunya 17,000. But Sim said this year it was total annihilation even in Greater Accra. Analyze Kendi and what was wrong?
You know, Ushe Greater Accra demography.
Yes.
It is heavily Akan as well.
Okay.
So the spillover from Ashanti region and Eastern region, you see it
in Accra.
Ablekhmanov.
Amasama.
Those Anyanso, Trubu, Kwabinya, the ethnic groups now holding in an heavily Eastern and Ashanti region. So once you are not holding your own in Eastern Ashanti region, you necessarily collapse in these areas. That's what happened.
But you know, even for the central region, so what's your figures now? Bawumia didn't perform bad in the central region. I mean, the gap was not that wide. Oshe, he was tipped to win Western region. He was tipped to win Western North region. That's for his campaign team. Even if he would lose, no one expected that gap. But it seems that the gap was that wide.
No, Usha Central, the polls were giving Kennedy around 58%.
Yes.
He got 48%. That's a drop of 10%.
A drop.
Yeah.
Bawumia was giving 39 in the polls. He got 37. So largely the same. And Brian from 3% to 15. So Brian kind of damaged him in Central Region.
Oh, Brian had 15%.
Yes.
That was Central Region. Oh, that's the Brian effect against Ken was massive.
Massive. And in Central, 15 now. Be back here. It's not a joke.
Yeah, he
couldn't cross 50% in Central Region.
Wow. And for Western Region too. Well, Western Region, I saw it was a clean sweep for Bawumia. He won almost every constituency there.
In fact, he overperformed the polls. We were saying he was going to get around 56%. He got 61.
In Western Region?
Western Region. And Ken, we thought, 42. Now 23. Again, Brian from 2 to 15.
Yeah. In Western Region?
Western Region. So the two fancy regions didn't help him.
Oh, that's really interesting. And for the greater Accra numbers, let's say, percentage about me, do we know Greater Accra? Saying
we share Greater Accra, but we are 55%. We're projecting him to be around 59. So roughly plus or minus 3%.
Yes.
It's not far from that range.
Yes.
Kennedy 29, 31. Brian 11 to 14. So Brian took the numbers largely from Bawumia.
Yes.
In
he took it largely from
Bawumia. Yeah. From Bawumia. Because Ken went up from the projection. Now, we were giving him 29%.
Okay.
He got 31%.
31%.
And Brian was 11%. He got 14%. And Bawumia was 59. He got 5%. So Bawumia kind of lost grounds in Greater Accra. It is because of the same ethnic groups now, more these constituencies, which are linking to Eastern region and Ashanti region, where Brian is quite.
Sure.
So that's the effect.
But were you surprised with how Eastern region echoed? Because some thought said Charlie Brian is the governor in Eastern region. Eastern region will be his forte. How do you on Makwai will be but Bawumia beat him quite well there.
The poll has been consistent. At the point now, Ken knew Brian were neck and neck in Eastern region.
Okay.
So I knew Brian will spoil the numbers in Eastern region for both Bawumia and Kennedy. And lo and behold, we hear Eastern region numbers now. Bawumia was 55 in the polls, but he got 51.
Okay.
Ken was 29, he got 19, 10% down.
Oh.
And Brian was 13%, he got 29%.
In Eastern region?
In Eastern region.
Wow, then this thing, when you drill down numbers, now, and Professor Masapon, métier Dr. Bawumia no ne party for diaspora baye no ne omo kasa, and he made the point say qualitatively for him no result we ni ye emana sin 2023. Sana uhuno.
Yeah. Obia ote numbers asibia be say this is rather internope na meka wo joy news.
Yes.
Na host bisa se ko jo bisa se man for say onya 62 or so.
Yeah, onya 61 in 2023 and say onya
56 into enchre momentum abafo. And I'm say hey, mumye mwani na munje de tanim ye o. Sa ni aye kan ebi ne say wo ka say Western region the last time Kennedy winning 5 and na watimi age 5 constituencies ni nyina beka so onya 17 over 17. Now, all other places he gained. Greater Accra, the last time, no, kita 19 constituencies. Na Ken kita 15. And we win with 29 constituencies.
In Greater Accra.
Do you get it? Into overall effect, na kasa over numbers na. But rather than the impact.
Yeah.
Heavy overall. The last time, no, yet 212 constituencies. And the winning 62. No. And yes, when you're 56.48 there.
Yeah.
But yes, when you're 56 with 232 constituencies. 232. And the Obia Beka said Bawumia win no below expectation. No. Then the Panem said na onye
drill it down.
The last time na virtually 2 horse race type of contest. Now shed the impact and the energy. Brian de Bawumia. Nini echi no na nipa na timia protected the 14 regions he won the last time. Numbers in the assessor, he has lost at some places, yes. But with timia maintaining all the 14 regions intact. I appreciate it in constituencies from 212 to 232. And also look at it again.
Yeah.
Why are they?
Yeah.
In fact, if there is any performance obi betimi aya your friend outstanding in the midst of Brian Heat or Debaya edify all the polls, voter region especially. Ne Kennedy, so the expectations and in crop one war. Omu actions and inactions negative and Sanemana. You can't say Bawumia in this contest. He did massive.
How did he do it? Ashanti region, they're not at saying
Ashanti region overall 47 constituencies.
Yes. Yes.
The last time no 45. No 44.
44, okay.
And Nana Kennedy kita 3. And then when you're 45 into again one constituency more. And Kennedy couldn't get some before because Mienuna Kano. So you do some constituency no kwakoji and Brian we need one constituency in Ashanti region. I think southeast or southwest have one. Southeast or Emuba. Southwest. Brian the winning. Edna Oseo Edition so winning the Hobosum. The remaining 45 Nina Koma.
Bawumia.
Dr. Mahamudu.
Nana numbers net say in terms of the win, no, what they compare 2023 general vote from Ashanti will improve this year.
In fact, in terms of the general vote,
okay.
By I think 1,200 or so.
Okay.
So 1,200, 888 course. Oh. We're winning the constituency with a margin of 888.
Okay.
No. What if you may be around 400 or 300 or so?
Okay.
And that will be taken by baby and the vote. So any southwest Honwa, eventually Brian Ebabe winning. But largely, go find the constituency by constituency. Baby Honoma or increasing vote. For example, in Shire, so Mbabe Tuaba no we need there, but now just with the difference of 18.
Okay.
I think Bantam also. See, I know the team with a difference of 200 and something votes. Baby Honumwana or difference of maybe 1 or 2 and they abeye baby cry Honumwa ulusu ye dear. But the eventual gain nearby no Emma the impact is higher. So let me bobo be actually you find the 3 constituencies are in Ashanti. Okay, baby. So for example, we Bantama say na see difference in 18.
Yes.
Near 2 years, you see a difference in 162.
Oh, okay.
Wako over. Often has a difference na 111 Oforikrum. The last time we knew Oforikrum, but now a difference 111. See any difference or gap or do we need 290? Ashanti region. In Shia North. We near with a difference of 51 the last time. See we near with a difference of 153.
Yes.
I say can we near Bosumefre the last time. 2023 can we near Bosumefre with difference of 7 votes. And they Bawumia Babe we near with a difference of 286 votes. And the overall effect no. Dear. But 1,002 now make us say yes. Of course Bosumche and so southwest in
Musah, you made a post that Bawumia vote at drop from 61% in 2023 to 56%, but the gap for his victory 33%. Is that the case?
Yes.
How significant is it?
I think sometimes we look at figures just like that and compare what is factic.
Yes.
But the distance between where he is now compared to where he was against Kennedy has widened. And in polling, the margin is what you talk about.
Yes.
The margin is not 33% because 57% minus Kennedy at 20 and 24, 33%. That is 10 points higher than what he got in the last election. That means that he's done better in terms of margin.
He has done better.
Okay.
And that's how you look at it.
And that's a qualitative analysis of the data.
Yes.
And in terms of margin, why are they this year
a change last time
than the last time?
Yes, and also another thing that is quite important to mention is that last time a movie elections, now Ken was a bit boastful. Now he's deflated.
Absolutely.
And that is more important to the
Bawumia camp.
Yes.
It was easy for Ken to weaponize the 37% he got the last time.
Absolutely.
This time they own him.
Because in fact, here baby Brian Warner, he nearly with 6% would have caught with Ken. So he's kind of been disarmed, in terms of his influence in how things
party way. And the meaning say, if Ken wants to come back to contest a bad thing.
Oh no, a bad thing. I mean, age is on his side. And secondly, I think Brian has taken that position from him.
No. So clearly, no. And there might be a Kennedy Muno.
Yes.
Fana so be the same thing with Brian. And Brian, they are a little refined. And in addition to that, do neck to neck. In just the first trial, he nearly caught you up. Mayor Kennedy Kranka, Major Imuama, Brian.
For the
appetite to contest in the next few elections, yes, Ewohoma Kennedy. Partly because of the age and those things, and then partly because Sabi of a firebrander. Yeah, be in Brian,
yes.
And I mean a better refined firebrand than Adi. And I mean, Numa, me will say, me will scam, me will then I can both all be fine
in Brian.
I say do baby, can say, Jama, me will scam, number I could there. Una nane, mame, PRC, mami.
Yeah,
Nana ya. Namu hana namu kase. Elon Musk ne.
I bet if Elon Musk and Asempa Gate. So that's really interesting. Inti Musah, let's take the 5 northern regions. Seeing say a honey baby Dr. Bawumia Efi. The performance this year against 2023 at saying in the 5 northern regions.
No, I haven't taken a critical look at his performance compared to last year.
Okay.
But in some places, I think he maintains that level. In other places, he dropped.
Okay.
Brian benefited. In fact, Brian was stronger in the northern sector than Kennedy.
Yeah.
So, Kennedy totally disappeared in the northern region, and Brian became the poster boy.
The poster boy
for northern region. Look, there are people in the northern region that wanted some change in NPP, no doubt.
Yes.
And Brian offered them the alternative, but there's no way Bawumia is going to lose control of the northern sector.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. But I think he's now won. He has to rebuild the party and then see how he can,
but the nature of the win, should it give him confidence, or what the backing of the party? Or should have a win, Well, some have said, like it or not, more than 40% of the delegate didn't vote for him.
Yes.
So combine Brian, Ken, more than 40% and Tuamano. That should tell him, almost straight down the middle or control half, and then the opponent to control half. Should that be a source of worry? And now say, so the spread of the result across the country, baby, we're gaining. India was saying, man, the confidence say he's controlling the party.
The spread is more important than the actual numbers.
Okay.
He's shown, he has his footprint across many areas now. And if he's going to turn that weakness into strength, then he has to find a way of working with Brian.
Okay.
So if he works with the Brian, it means the Brian numbers will be seen to be adding to his numbers.
Finding a way of working with Brian, say like running mate level, and now say only a key member of the campaign.
All options must be on the table. You can't rule anything out. And open numbers, I think he's got the numbers to show, say, look, yes, I'm a force.
I'm a force to
anybody who comes here cannot show any numbers. Anybody who you will pick
cannot show you
any numbers. Just qualitative, ABNSA. But this guy has come to the table with numbers.
His first attempt. 18% of the delegates.
And also he's an Akan, he's a younger person, and Bawumia will need to pair with some Akan somehow, somewhere. Sure. So the options become, but there are others too who are talking about
other people.
We didn't change you, so
why are you changing you? And also another thing.
Oh, but running mate situation is different.
Of course.
See, we shouldn't equate running mate to the main one. Or didn't go first step as a vice. We need to change.
It's true.
It's
true. Now the NDC has had that history. You remember, Mills almost changed. Yeah, I think he changed his running mate for every election.
Yes, he changed them.
Yeah. But 2000 he came with Martin Amidu. He changed for Mumuni and no change for Mahamudu.
Yes, so there is president said Master Enquiry.
But the NPP doesn't have that record.
But it's meant to be broken.
Yeah, I get you.
I get you too much. I
get you. But Prof, from drilling down numbers, no, should Bawumia be worried? Say more than 40% of the delegates are Tuamano. And also I worried, and as I said, the spread is important, and he's shown say every region or footprint.
Yeah, for me, near dewo omu common in no the spread no. I can make us no kita 212 constituencies and a widen 232 276 232 free 276 there's 44 constituencies spend na car when you na odi nkunim wo mu enti emufa kase no ewo Volta region some 6 constituencies so Brian the 5 Eastern region over Ashanti region there back we are you know any baby central Kennedy winning there fortunately central for him Bawumia crowd this year no otimi gaining a lot of votes the last time no kita only 4 seats out of 23 this year we have 8 constituencies are etomano yinti was spread and the spread should be a serious capital and as a value idea so jinaso na otimi de capacity na kanibom baby o wini ye bia no du ho no mu a fa ne se ho no ne nkabo mu kasa no enye din and that fortunately for him is 232 ni aka 40 nimpo na bedin no mbeka se ye de ne empo ya anto amampo a with the suggestions I discuss Brian for example can lead you to the entire Volta region and you can do better there than at the Ken Subetimi do Akwa Central region for the 15 constituencies no we need and you can be assured of some acceptance once you go with the right people near the and see and the reconciliation no so no fear sentem na onya the key people are eso new munante especially Brian and Kennedy mienu na aka no menka say on sideline they are unifying individuals there Sebasomu your reconciliation be any other. I think I pointed say Brian for example in fact if you polls now he was doing an average of 7%, 6%, 7%. In fact per my study no baby pushy course and I think I showed you when you come to the issue of unifying figure and non pushing the 16.8 so I think that for me explains why a can't gaining more votes. A man for the first says a higher na higher share. And they play a safe idea by anti a tressa mudinidi sa unifying activity na mpesa moye anymore. Obetimi aboamwe anya some results in their mama. Enti me candidato Musah then so say he is going to be extremely instrumental.
Yes.
And Ken so is going to be extremely instrumental. As for Brian, I can guarantee say or a party person. Nanya woke can LPK no money pious no money they are party people coming on board to work is in their blood. They will come on board, they will come and work. Kennedy so nye obi a problem now I think so where the problem will be is Kennedy a chidifo ni bi a chidifo ni bi me too no this is serious moya no can no vote mo party na bedi nkugu mo party di nkugu so asabe party bedi nkunim so Ghana for
but is it possible say said he more can because of the deflation Ken in his supporters can be discounted more macra monko
no it's so but the attempt should not be to ignore them bad they said nipa no nipe and by force such engine ombra Eland yes or because so be antimi anko so mu say manenko but say leadership you make attempt say omude obi aba on board now ne Kwabena Sante bobo some of the fine guys who in the Ken campaign see to get to look for communicators. You have seen the efforts I been putting in place near the na me the second in so a rebuke onuma no moye no vote instantly
right there
tells you say this time oko baby a wundi wachi or no se beka party hu na owe so beko baby a onka wase mundi wachi. I hope say so muki kasa na mani nyina abomu a the win is emphatic, the win is massive. Bawumia should try and immediately start something lead for others to follow. Now, no brighten no more chances for 2028. Already, so you are still going to face the might of the NDC.
The might of the NDC.
And they shouldn't forget about that.
It's true. And talking about NDC, Musah, I know, say in December, we a poll trying to compare
head-to-head
Bawumia to any choice at NDC, they know Eddie or Mobeba. That conversation that's resurfacing, creating the impression say Henry different from now. Yes. But I know say December nim now. Is that poll has the potential to change as the days go by?
Yes, absolutely. And here you see, when you are doing head to head, there is no certainty on the candidates. So a lot of things go into people's head to make that choice. Now, once you have, say, a Bawumia, then you can see the real effect of people who are maybe even NPP who want to do something different. Because so you see their natural reaction when Ken is no longer in the race and Bawumia is there against the other guys. Now, with the NDC guys, it's also speculative. So, by the end of the day, say we are. There are other dynamics that have been played, which we will not see right now. Because look, let's face it. Okay, let's say where Haruna. Then there are other issues that will emerge from NDC.
Of course.
That will change the dynamics of the race between Haruna and Bawumia. Okay, at first, so there are other issues that would emerge.
It's true.
So until that options are clear, then you have a certainty as to what people want to do, and even that you begin to see whether the economy and other things work in their favor.
Government performance.
So it's a lot of complex. But for now, those things are not settled yet. But you can see where the rest is at the moment, and an indication of where they think things might go.
Enti Obi, I am not consumers of data. No, I am not. They should understand the data being consumed because it was put on my platform. Say the head-to-head, and I make us say, this is at a speculative stage because nobody would want to go through that exercise without certainty. So options in Accra, Nyamin Pengu. It could even be said none of them would. General Sedin Ketia is the way or what if at the end of the day human minds will say, me and I'm kind. Oh, so don't be too much in a hurry to Adi. We are to prepare discussion. There's a custom. Now, say. Now, even if you are in politics, a single day can cause a lot of change.
True.
And Musah said in the Volta region, nobody. Yes, Brian was going to do well, but not to the extent of winning
the Volta region.
Who knows what the last minute activities he did enhanced the chances in the Volta region. Munya Butrena, more consuming data carefully. I heard people say, no, that's not the essence. The essence is for you to be academic, get involved. Oh, okay, fine. Then the reality will start coming. Then the voters will now say, in some of the baby, I think I just wanted to add that.
I think it's a fair point to make. Ekosi saying hi ASEMPAFM. Many two of our nation's leading pollsters and are aiding Komo. Musah Dankwah, Executive Director Edema Global Info Analytics, and a Professor Smart Sapon, or a Director of Research and Innovation at Kumasi Technical University, and himself a pollster as well. Into Munyina Juma on the NPP elections I bar so and now memen. A post-mortem of how the results went, and more mind some interesting details and dynamics into how Nioma AC acquire more follow conversations. No, will be who are drink show question be my any of them 0548 443 523 your WhatsApp number and 0548 443 523 me sisubio 0548 443 523. Odo messages ne ebrea ye be kan na omoyia no ede amayen ekosi saying so ne high ASEMPAFM Musah inti yenhwe. Now if you were the strategist for the NPP and after how our elections they call say Dr. Bawumia Freo say man advice on the next move and then I'll be catching
Obi.
Based on how the results went.
What I have tried to do or avoid is offering strategic advice to anybody.
Oh, okay.
That I don't want to step into that kind of realm.
Okay.
I could do it, but for objectivity and independence, I would like to stay publicly out of that. Yes.
Okay. I think it's fair. But the move where we've seen party stalwart Ekoneho Akako congratulating and you say the leader of the minority caucus Akoho. Whether we like it or not, there's been this subtle way say now supported Ken near day, and the result in his constituency
spoke
volumes. But I know he had the opportunity to address Asem no Emma Okase not down for any Ken. He cannot just break that bond because of an election or say or supporting at least we're stating the position clear on the relationship with
and
Ken.
That is honesty.
Which is very good. We're following it up with a visit to the vice president, the Flagbearer's house. I could congratulate Would that make the reconciliation effort easier for Bawumia?
Certainly. Look, Bawumia knows that there's a bigger fight ahead. There's no need for you to engineer smaller ones in your backyard. And if the minority that has made a move towards you, why would you resist it? I think every move that is tended to reconcile the party should be welcomed. And we have be a bad party in the at the moment. It's a very difficult situation to be in. So you can't add and also can't headache in the So any attempt to reconcile the party with any group is welcomed.
And the cause, and of course, you get the hawks in every camp.
Yes.
Oh, I think you free as minority leader and Sanyamano. Will it be a wise thing to do at this moment?
No, not at this moment. You have to allow. He should be removed or retained, not because he didn't give you support.
Okay.
It should be based on how he's performing
as a minority
leader. And that is more objective way of doing it.
Yeah.
And look, if you allow him time, just 1 year in the thing is not good enough. And to come from where he came from, and easy, 137, and I will do 88. So it's a very tough place, and you need to really give him time. But he should assess himself very well. Sometimes assess yourself and take views and see what else you're doing right that you can continue. What is it that people have concern that you are doing that you need to jettison? And I think those things he needs to do, because sometimes. I remember a year ago or so, less than a year, we did a poll about perception of leadership in Parliament, and it scored very low.
In terms of the perception?
Yes. In fact, that was during the vetting time. It scored very, very low. And those should be informing you about this is how the public is seeing me. What can I do to change that perception? So public opinion there is very important. For you, even the minority leader, you must. And in fact, even the majority side, the deputy speaker, he was ranked a bit low.
Even on the majority side.
Majority side.
Okay. He was the chair of the committee.
Ranked low. So the public can give a feedback that is positive. Look at it carefully and say, okay, what do I need to do? Sometimes too, we need to get help from consultants who know what they are doing. You can't just go. Sometimes we don't tend to invest in some of this advice, this technical advice support to make you
function well.
Function well.
It's true. Prof. Masapon, on the Afenyo issue, of course, you find the hawks in the Bawumia camp making some advances, and I was saying Eugene Free as minority leader. Will it be a wise thing to do, especially when Waba out or no Wababe can say Kenny and Adamfo? They share a code. There was no way he could have, sacrificed our friendship for anything. The course on the constituency can winning, but as minority leader, our court Flagbearer and our court congratulating and all of that. And no, I was a see
well, I think Senia Musaka and say obey you be it cannot be because of
say or supporting me one supporting me in common.
In fact, Dr. Bawumia no enim say enye obi a na support no.
Sure.
Me ye sure so beko baby a obi kura beka si nanim plain say women support o. O ye leader na say bi udi domani mu a. So ye ready for sa nema we num bio. Enye nema ye Dankwah na say
obete.
Ebi onu mu a ya de enye wo de. Enso say obu eduru a odi beje sa nema ni nyina. E na say bi onka say ompe wasem. But you are presenting with two options to choose. And also only way wo traka bia ache enti obechusu we. But obeta wachi wachusu na wie wona wie ni ye obeta wachi menyin ni se afenyo marking ebeye bibi de atia Bawumia win wo hwe afenyo marking se ne otie ya asebe o party fo ne ho bia atum so ono no oba ne kakra obeye we futu ho no magi party na si ho pa to you be a true party person onye bibi anfantia negatively ebetia Bawumia campaign unless omumu nim bibi ayenim ba se munim bibi ayenim mpo a sa position no yenhwe wonu mutu aba ma flagbearer so near the yobi ana ye de yi na sinchen enka requirement no
yes
caucus beshia any party den for beshia hwese obebi o man na eko no we betimi represent here we okaya emra at force and eba be leader there were justifications why SSR change in the free Haruna ho neko at force because the debate is going to be about the economy.
Yes.
So who? Enti omum pesam ko menyin ni say e bia fan say ye be fan say manfo na ekeka. But say enkoda me sorry. Na yes yo Kennedy wini woni kurom nti. Ye yinu. Say na yes enkabom na mo pe no na mo nyampe o. Wo na emom na kodu baabi na obi parliament a hyehyehye economic debate koso we koso. Oye lawyer onye economist oye deficient kakra wo ho. Na mo feel say no nti no yenye substitution kakra na bia ne onim na say no mpokra
you only give opportunity to other MPs or more knowledgeable in the economy to lead the debate.
Absolutely.
You don't necessarily have to be the
minority leader. Na 300 ko legal issue na ko sound leader. Who does that? So until mesre menyi ni say Bawumia would support something like that. Because Sebi Afenyo you one special person or on the party. You may have his approach, issues with it near the. But unto me in Kase on yet die in a wool NPP person. Until Munfa and no nyejuma. Omunja and the mananya nejuma. And now okay, Sebasa bibi who could hear an economy then nice economists they will be allowed to front those debates. Now no offer leadership no. Na say better so na say then na we kra akoba say aye discussi ukoyi ne pe obia be hu say no BBC inti na oye inti munya ne man nyawajuma. In fact na me ka say baby omadu no they don't need to further complicate things anope kra me cat also say be ya anka members of parliament 87 ni nyina kra no anka omun siki obia seat ma no
87 was
here no. Because they have shown some robustness to winning those seats.
Okay.
Sabre na ehumutu no bia lose ni seat and they could stand. And na akoye 87 years so no sebe ebra omu bra o parliament we nyina echi. Now
it will be difficult say obi aye sare we nyina no wakọ primaries no wakọ.
What you say? Na mo kofa unnecessary chaos class had their party nim. Enti me crowd I would think say it will be wise strategically say anko mun keep 87 no.
Meaning say mamun twaba
there be mamun subject you to primaries then yes protect you. After all there are how many 200 and then seats orphan seats
yes
bebre wo ho no mo a amanfo betimi aboabo mo ho akwakopre bi wo ho so ahu enti omo pasumdwe di a enye se omo san ho nsuo nim bebre mafe na conspiracy theories na koye bebre Bawumia fence afenyo wa nwini ama Bawumia nti ne yeyi na yeyese na ahwa na akosan akochiche party nim bi amo nti I think say they won't make that mistake. Sabe only all the capacity there but nti na team members kan ho o short fall over bi ombe na se okoyi no anya nyina so papa bi. They say, "Gayi na make Haruna versus Force India make nyina so papa bi and justify na ekoye no hu ye yinua." Ahwa hu a chirin se mebeba be.
Yen wrap up Musah with the of course the choice of running mate for Dr. Bawumia. It's early days yet, but in terms of your philosophy, Do you think, sir, if the party has retained him, he should also retain his running mate?
Look, every election is different.
Okay.
And dynamics that will present to you may be different. So you need to answer the issues of today. Maybe what they tried to answer was yesterday's issue.
Yeah.
Are the same issues relevant today? That's the question. So you should address today's problem.
ASEMPAFM.
And if that problem requires you to retain the old one, fine. If not, Musah, look elsewhere and look for solution to your current problem.
Prof, we now on the running mate in common.
Imagine me say omuwo a lot of work to do.
Okay.
Emma, the last time no me the last time no omuche unnecessarily in coming up with a running mate. Enti obibia onye nintem.
Okay.
Now the cycle I'll be go through and sana when you're running mate quite stressful.
Yes.
Many Bawumia and I would convert that time into hitting the ground and start some underground necessarily you need, so that say a former running mate say that if there is no some significant issue bia say ujina so this is one baby na e bia the first time performance musiesie no na ebeye na mo man special schedule yin in term ono so ebe ne ho into the game to minya special schedule ni ade ni ya na mo nyina mo hwe na mo betimi ya na kwa me mum de anka say me ye bibi wo ho na ebe ye na me maintain me running mate na ebe yi sa stress ni nyina free so anka I will choose that option because obi ni bia no will struggle a little a new terrain. Forget about say what MP akwa then you use a flag bearer na say running mate to a another conversation altogether. Media minya ya nka me man emphasize adeswa ne nsan koto ne so bio. See am say names be started ba. We social media so am for started ba. Ahemfo be start akone so. We be start ya say we be start ya say. Na precious time wa odebe kai President Mills and this unannounced visit.
Yeah, door to door.
Sure. I think say sanka first year we ni second year obetimi asua bibia fita. Now nya official duties we need then free your mind and concentrate. We are the eventual winner, eventual beneficiary, or ultimate beneficiary of semu winia. Until your eye should be on the ball from day one. Okay, you have time to me the 1 year be running mate. Maybe I'm the 2 years you offer constituencies. Maybe last year me the say what to
time
until he should account for each day, and if necessary, and never be honum na and yes, sad that you want only free in the table so quickly. Now, unity no so crabbing here time power. They shouldn't underestimate that. Muko from Numko boy unity. You know, maybe a coming running mate now, sincerely speaking, Mia. Kame fan kama junjun. Unless omuwo, there are some things they may know we don't know. I want to respect those things they may know we don't know. But yes, I part there, and I will just call you right. It was so easy for President Mahamudu to select Jane. Not because Jane at the first time was perfect, but perfect or imperfect, no. You be CC, you be man special rules. So it's the second time now, but no one is special path or NAMS.
They had a special plan
and they got results. Enti media say opening Bawumia tie unless I will respect his approach, his reason. And yes, I may part the main fan kamajo. I will just name the running mate. I'm in the corner no. Name no challenge I feel say who won ho. Yes no. Near share 1 year, 2 years now they are being a jumenim. And 2028 me sure say whatever challenges would have been noticed and corrected.
I get you. Into final yamre echo 32 minutes after 4. Me busa the final question afi ye jamo kwan amamako. Musah, now yes, it's true. NDC enyi yomo candidate. Of course, ye nimse sisia na NPP de na every ekwan no. You begin polling on the NDC potential. The last time I share away now, I think we're pruning it down to 4 people.
Yeah,
4.
No, it's not pruned to 4 people. There were several people in it. Someone else. Our numbers no insignificant.
Someone else for
so yes, the threshold said if you're not getting 10%,
you will not be part of it.
No, we will not put you as head to head against any MPP candidate.
Okay.
But because we not so up MP for a year, someone else. But who said someone else? No, it will be a feature more prominently than we see how what proportion is that. You check in this Edna across the road.
Oh, okay.
And a fairer way of yes, the doors we see me from it doesn't give you any.
Is 2028 from where you sit now a done deal for the NDC?
They have high probability of winning if they are performing the way they are performing today.
As far as economic management
is concerned, yes. Okay. If the sentiment, we hear the approval of the president is around 67%.
Okay.
And the rest of the country around almost 67%.
Okay.
So if the sentiment is around these numbers, it will be very tough for MPP.
That is all things being equal.
All things being equal. So the sentiment is they have the right mood in the country.
Okay.
And then because look, this theory say, oh, we'll be anywhere about first time we need that. They should throw it in the bin. These are different voters we have. People who are under 44 years now, 78% of the population who vote. So this theory, oh, we one time, would stick it that kind of theory, Masa?
A bit me afawasi.
You must pull it from the Mamu bisa team mind. Do they believe say over first time you can have a chance of winning? They're looking for results. Okay. What is happening now? These young people, tribalistic. They vote.
They are not tied.
They are tied. Yeah. So say so those are the things that should drive decision rather than say, oh, since the last time, be a yes, that massa.
And if NDC will be BR, they should just perform in government.
Just perform. If you fail, it doesn't matter. If you fail, bring Mahama, he may lose.
He may lose. Okay. Prof, finally, on this same issue, I'm sorry.
Oh, I think, sir, it is quite early days yet.
Okay.
And then the day Kandia, and I think we share a chronicle and name, I think 20th or 21st December, they gave me a front page that the performance of the NDC government in 2025 was good, supported by 68.8% of the population.
Yes.
In fact, they said it was between moderate to low as compared to 2024.
Okay.
There's a name muye. Na sabi wana ewo so egu na numu ha obepia egu nti election enye automatic. Sometimes when you hear some politicians talk, it looks like jama chest o just say you to see her be say debi nti no to them, to the NDC near so mu yan say omu keep sa momentum no e was then omu accounting for each day in office, each day in power obi an check baby owo na amfa also yesen kate bone baako etimbe frank kate pemu etimi say enkwani taste nina. If they keep the momentum, we will come back here close to time to discuss with you what is the likely options are. But the emphasis said 2026 there, they have 2 more years to deliver to the people,
to prove to the Ghanaian people.
And the MPP for so some person will improve votes. Na so munso omuba on the table very competitively. Medical can kabum huasem.
Yes.
In fact, mokam hunyina bum kure don't forget NDC is formidable.
You have the NDC
to contend with. Hantino, sasa kabum no die omuma ne number 1 priority. Ma me fantu enim se bi no mo ba abropa na me sure say bia we abesena twa me no mbejai. Minim sometimes we tie radio station bia na you say bia opposition party. Meaning na na me mo bia. Then you ask and they will trace the owner of the station to a party person, a former MP, a former this, a former that. And I'm saying anti mo former MP for what to say mo station no.
The air cost was
amount for you so as had this running mo down.
Okay.
Near they have some of those and the way them do we do party executives in national, regional, then for Musha Dankwah round. Now elections have become more scientific. Once you identify the problems and you keep solving it, and now ultimately be my results.
Sure.
Now what you want to account for each day DNA. I mean, now so say nyoba first time behind me. You see how they give that theory and. You see, now you almost say, "Ha, obe bibi way back first time nkwa de ebe wi ni no." Hey, you mean it? Aha, nti mesre more.
Nti say omo e ka so enya de Mahama e ko bio. He's representing new candidates in cool chop.
Absolutely. Let's use your platform. Debi. Oh yes, sir. Sabi on set good standards in fact man na watimi aye adwuma towards it ebe o se jama da ho na wo kwakofa oh and can you just say cash and call it's not there for you to go and pick. It's not like this thing go and pick and it is nowhere in the say refer to history.
Yes.
Say obi en ho ba first time we win, obi en ho ba first time we win. Hey, into obi and me my first time we win. Is that what you are saying? You know, account for each day. Obi accounting for each day. Obi an hwehwe ni mu. Mo mo bobo mo abro NPP problem kese ba kwa how many ya bro mo bo mo. You see people so embittered to the extent that they sponsor the opponent against their own party person. They use their media house back when American because and so people not knowing the owners of those media stations running down their own candidates.
Yes.
And when him say be internal way in tia maybe umbeja idea. But I think party no any more disciplined or more serious on the grounds. Okay. They should check all those things that has the potential of destroying their party further. No one present a very formidable party. Me say, you have
a formidable.
Do you get it? And if they are performing, no matter how united you are, they are performing. People will tell you but when you get so much united and you are there, now almost started so move floppy. Na omu anyo munyema ye na dia na ma won so no oba benya chance hard work and na so mu ye
Prof, yeah, that's it.
Nice one.
Musah, thank you so much. Yeah, that's papa.